Good morning, everybody. Hey, Tom. Hiya, Aya. How you guys doing? How's everybody doing out there in in Dupeland? Today, and Tom, I'm feeling a little under the weather myself, so my heart goes out to you, bud. Hopefully you feel better. Hopefully I feel better. I'm not like super sick, but you know, you feel it right in here and like, you know, on the side of your face and in your sinuses and stuff. That's where I am too. So let's all feel better. I believe we are mostly working on our second planet, trying to dig out the oil biome over here. This is our main project, but we got to start getting planning on a few things. What are you doing? You're idle. Why are you idle? Do we not have another suit? What are you doing, Ellie? I could swear we had another suit. Don't we have another? Did we make 3 suits or only 2 suits? Let me double check here. So if we go to suit, we have an Atmos suit. Where is the Atmos suit? Right there. Oh, I had to have her. Oh, wait. Cancel request. Cancel request. Now Ellie should bring the suit, and then she'll be able to move stuff. So our big endeavor today is to get some of this oil that's kicking about and make it into plastic. Shadows assassin! Me streaks through the chat totally naked. That'll work. That'll work. How you doing today, Shadows? We're back on the oxygen not included grind, so to speak. We got to be very careful. There's a lot of spore kids in here. Cooking dinner? Heck yeah. I cooked some eggs for breakfast today. It was pretty delicious. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for dinner, but oh, Miss Kitty. That's right. We named her Miss Kitty. Cat, how you doing? Welcome in. So, we're going to continue with this project over here, and then we're going to take a little bit of a break after we get this going to check on our main build. So we need to start coming up with a main base build, and now that we're going to get plastic, we can make some decisions about how we want to continue this. Also, it's getting a little bit chilly over here. We might want to actually, like, move some heat in. I'll worry about that in a minute. We're doing good on... Now, we got 12,000 calories on this planet, which is about 4 cycles, but we'll bring some over. Yeah, guys, I am feeling just a touch under the weather. I got that, like... I don't even know what it was. I don't even know what it is. I don't think I'm, like, sick, but I'm not feeling amazing. I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna do our best. We're gonna get through. We're gonna take it slow and steady, as we usually do. We're starting to uncover the last little bits of this place here. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are you digging that stuff out first? Why are we digging this stuff out first? Are you gonna dig yourself into a hole? Are you caught in a loop? That guy was caught in a loop. How did we get oxygen in here? I don't know how we wound up with oxygen in here, but we wound up with oxygen in here. It's not the worst thing in the world. But we're trying to avoid the heat going across. This little guy. They're adorable, aren't they? Look at how cute he is. I want one. Can I have one? Ken has Slickster. Ken has Slickster. Anyway, we got over to our second planet last time. We got some things going. We got a ranchable animal over here. Not sure why the Mammoth isn't getting ranched. Scale growth's at 100%. Colony lacks critter ranching skill. Oh, we re-skilled people. Thriller had critter ranching, and she is already maxed out on morale. Alright. Not doable. Sakin has the snot napkins. Excellent. It wouldn't. I think it would be so easy to make like a Slickster plushie, because it literally would just be like a square sheet of paper with eyes and little ear horn thingies on top and a little face drawn on. Right? They got these little like loops. Okay, so we need to be careful about Spore Kid land over here. So we're gonna dig. We're gonna be real careful about digging, because it can get bad if we do things the wrong way. And this is a Joya. This is not a Spore Kid. Okay, we got that pumping. We got this pumping. We got coal power. 4 tons of coal. We might want to, like, sidestep into just digging out some more coal. We've got coal all through here. We got a nice pocket of coal up here. We don't need to go up there right away, but we've got a nice pocket over there. We got some over in here as well. 9,000. Let's head back over to our main planet and let's send these guys some food, okay? So let's, God, I am a little tired today, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Let's send over 20 kilos of pickled meal. Put that high up on the list. Somebody should bring that over right away. Ooh, water stacked on top of each other. So with plastic, we're going to be able to make steam turbines. And with steam turbines, oh boy, let's get that turned off. Alright, so I guess we're pumping over more steel. Well, that's unfortunate. It'll be fine. It will be fine. That should drop the steel out. Yep. We'll put pickled meal here. Block the doors. Very manual way of getting stuff to the other planet. Alright, steel got dropped. We've now officially only got 270 kilos on that planet. We've got 2,160 over here. It's because we're going to need steel to put together our operation over here. Anything that we have to build with as far as copper and such is going to overheat in the oil biome, because copper overheats at 75 degrees. We've got about 71. Over here we've got 59 to 61 looking like. But then over here we've got 80 degrees. So if we try to put a copper pump down here at the bottom to pump this oil, it's going to start overheating pretty quickly. And if it doesn't overheat immediately because of the ambient temperature, the stuff we're going to put down here is going to create more heat. So it won't be able to run very long. Also, we got a boatload of natural gas over here. It's 10.3 kilos per tile, so this is over-compressed natural gas here. We're gonna have to deal with that. We're also gonna have to sideways build out a lot of this stuff, just so we can deal with this. Now, this Spore Kid is not in any atmosphere, so it's not producing zombie spores. If you look, we have 0 zombie spores. Let's put this at a higher priority. Current errand. Excellent. So what we're going to do is we're going to corner build. They can build through corners, so this is not a problem. One thing we could do, if we wanted to live dangerously, is we could dig this block, because there's oil here, and this would create a liquid lock, so nothing should get in here, and then our dupes would be able to step in and go over here and uproot the Spore Kid. I'm not going to do that. That's just a little too dangerous for my liking. So we're going to keep slowly but surely pushing our way through. And Miss Kitty here should be sending fossil back to the main planet. Yeah, we've got fossil over here, so people are going to process the fossil. And we've now got 45,000 calories, so that's solid. Is that sitting over here? Nope, they already got it back in. Excellent. So we'll get rid of the priority on the refrigerator. There's no priority there. We'll go back and forth like this. How much iron do we have over here? 6.5 tons. We could use a little... Okay, so we're batching iron and we're doing steel forever. So we should be getting plenty of steel now. Fossil was the missing thing. We don't... Our main mechatronics engineer is actually our researcher, who's over here hanging out right now. What are we doing, guys? Oh. Now, I know there's no germs in here, but I'm just going to keep checking. No matter how many times you dig one of these sections out, I'm not actually sure what we're going to do with this natural gas. I'm tempted to just let it billow out here. It's 83 degrees, which is not a problem for our dupes, but like I said, would overheat anything that's not made of steel. But we're going to make things out of steel, so I don't think it matters. We just need a little bit more space for the refinery. We're also slowly but surely pulling out a bunch of diamond and lead. Lead is going to be really good for making wires because it doesn't really have many other uses. You can make some stuff out of lead, like geothermal. Whatever they're called. The steam turbines. Dear God, I'm not doing great today. The steam turbines will actually, if you make them out of lead, lead will lower the overheat temperature. But steam turbines have an overheat temperature that's very high. Same thing with oil reservoirs. Like, we can make an oil reservoir if we go into... I don't think it's refinement, is it? No. Oil well. That's what it is, right? So the oil well can actually be made out of lead. Because if you look at it, the overheat temperature naturally is 2,000 degrees. Lead lowers it by 20 degrees, so, 1,980 degrees is never going to happen. So we can actually build these out of lead. We'll actually throw... They won't build them because they're not on top of anything right now. We'll deal with that later. It's going to be a very important part of our process here, and it looks like we got 4 of them. There doesn't seem to be one up here, although there's another spore kid. But we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, which means we've got more than enough for a full-scale petroleum boiler. Oh, new printables are available. Let's get a look at that. That's right. We can't even print dupes yet. We've got a lot of math to do. I was really feeling the math laying in bed the last couple of nights, but... Wait, you're building... I didn't know they would build them even... They're not technically... on tiles. Well, whatever. I thought for sure they wouldn't build them. I mean, I guess we could build tiles under them. Why not, right? We're going to slow and steady our way through this. Nothing up there, nothing up there, nothing up here. How's everybody doing? I'm going to be a little subpar on my energy level today, but we will try to get some stuff done. I don't know what it was, but like something last night didn't sit right in the old health department, not stomach wise, and I spent half the night being like clogged up and feeling a little off. So gonna try and snap back together. But anyway, so we got this going on. Our RimWorld playthrough is going really good. We've got a lot of stuff going on in that one. We're finally getting to the point where we've got enough people, but we're running low on implants. We've got a little while before that all sorts itself out, but... Okay, so let's talk about this over here real quick. Let's take a quick pause. We got a planning tool, right? Why install a planning tool if you're not going to use it, right? So... we've got a few things that can't be moved. We can't move the supply teleporter. We can't move the hydrogen vent, or Dorothy, as it were. We can't move the natural gas geyser. We can't move the infectious polluted oxygen vent. Bob, Jesse, and Dorothy over here. Sulfur is not going anywhere. It's locked in there. Also over here, we've got the opportunity, theoretically, to make our way up through here. I'm a little concerned that this magma would put pressure damage if we tried to get through. Like, I think over here we'd be a lot safer because the magma's split off. So we'd kind of have to err on the side of caution coming up through here, but we theoretically could get up to the top. It always spawns with a little chimney for letting you get out, but it is 1,000 degrees in here. It's not a comfortable place for dupes. But what we need to do, in my opinion, is kind of get this side to magma drop one way, and then get this side to magma drop another way. And since we do have the ability to get plastic in, we gotta, well, we're working on that. I guess let's just focus on that, right? So, if we can set up a steam turbine, we can make some choices about where we want to do things, right? Like, we don't have to farm cold stuff over here. We are currently, and we're going to continue to do so for now, but we don't have to farm cold stuff over here. We could make another area for it. And we're currently just shifting the heat from our industry over here, just to kind of keep this area a little warmer, because our plants over here kind of need the warmth, but we've got so much wild planted stuff and so much like backup calories. Grub fruit, 63,000, 52,000 plume, 48,000 muckroot, 35,000 pike apple, 30,000 gristle. I think the most dangerous part of this whole thing is the bristle blossoms over here. They need to be between 5 and 30. So if this starts to get lower than 5 degrees, that could be problematic. But the water sieve and the plumbed toilets are making a bit of heat, so I don't think we have to worry too much. And if it gets out of hand, we could always put in a liquid reservoir just as a overflow for now. We've got liquid reservoirs over here stockpiling the polluted water that's coming out of our natural gas geysers. That way, our first loops for cooling and heating are probably going to be polluted water, because it's going to take a long time for the bonbon tree to actually start producing nectar, which is what we would optimally like to use in our cooling loops at the moment. Nectar is like the poor man's super coolant. It can handle really extreme temperatures. In fact, let's take a good look at nectar. So, what is it? Snow-laden nectar biome is home. Okay, not the biome, the liquid. There we go. So nectar can turn into steam and sucrose. It can also turn into ice and sucrose, depending on the temperature. If we look at it, the specific heat capacity is 4.1, thermal conductivity 0.6. 4.1, 0.609. So what's supercoolant? 4.1, 0.69. Supercoolant is 8.4, 9.4. Okay, so it's not really as good as supercoolant. But what about polluted water? I'm just going under the assumption that it's better because I see everybody using nectar now for their cooling loops. Polluted water, we're looking at, if we could ever get to the bottom of this list of things, 4.17 and 0.58. So it's slightly less specific heat capacity, but slightly more thermal conductivity. The saving grace is if you look at the freezing point on polluted water, -20. If we look at the freezing point on nectar, 271. Wait, that's super coolant. Sorry. Nectar. Freezing point is -82. So we can run coolant. We can run nectar at -75 degrees and still be pretty safe about it. So, of course you got yourself trapped. Let's, you know, you stop paying attention for just a second. These idiots get themselves trapped. You don't dig, right? You know, I knew I should just, like, I'm looking over at the other base, and I'm like, I should be paying attention to that base. And then, of course, they get themselves trapped over here. I'm like, yeah, no, it's fine. We've dug out. How could they possibly screw this up? They find a way, guys. Dupes will find a way to screw it up. Believe you me, they'll find a way to screw it up. Just put a ladder up there, ladder here. They should be able to use those to grab these bits and pieces. Double check our germ overlay. And then we'll have to get up here to where this slickster's at. We're going to want to get these slicksters either wrangled up or something. Where are they? Where is the one that was... Did he drown? We don't have our person leveled into ranching at the moment, so we can't move the slicksters. It's tempting to send somebody else over, but... Actually, I think our best course of action here is probably to just dig under here and pop this spore kid from underneath. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Let's just double check. I am super careful with spore kids. I've never had zombie spores in any of my playthroughs. I'm not looking to have zombie spores in any of my playthroughs. Yeah, because if we get this spore kid from underneath here, then we can just dig this place out indiscriminately, so... Ooh, diamond. 7.5 tons of diamond is nice. There's not a lot of naturally occurring diamond, but there's enough in general, so... We'll be able to make our own diamond at one point by refining it. You need rad volts and energy and dupe labor. God, I love this game, guys. This game and RimWorld, they're just always going to hold a special place in my heart. I want to do some other stuff on the channel. I was thinking about maybe doing a Minecraft stream this Saturday instead of doing Satisfactory, because I've been starting to wane on the Satisfactory front. I still like the game and I want to keep playing it. I love my current playthrough a lot, but I'm feeling the need to do a few other things, and I think it'd be fun to have a Minecraft stream. A few people have expressed interest in doing that. I've got the open invite to go to the new season of the Console Craft server, which is a Bedrock server, which I'm not generally a Bedrock guy, but they're nice people, and I had fun on their server the last time, so maybe we'll do like a little go over there and hang out for a bit type of stream. So we should be able to dig that tile once that's all sorted out. Now, we've got a Spore Kid here. We've got 2 Spore Kids here. Now, I don't... Yeah, so here's the Biobot builder, right? We're going to need to actually tame Spore Kids down in order to make Biobots. You put Steel and Spore Kid stuff into the Biobot builder. Java best. Yeah, agreed, Shadows. Agreed. I have a Java world that is like a long-standing world. And, I want to get back to it. Actually, you can cancel that. We can dig all this. Let me just be 1,000% sure. There are no zombie spores, right? Right. So this spot is clear. We dug out the Spore Kid before it became a problem. So we can start cutting this thing apart. Yeah, I've got a long-standing Minecraft world that I haven't done much in since 1.20.1. There's a mega project in there. I can post the link up here in chat. This is a 2-year-long project I did in survival Minecraft by myself, solo survival. I have a few tiny mods, like I have the armor stand mod, which, if you look at Bedrock, the Bedrock armor stand stuff is a lot more detailed than even the modded stuff on Java. So it's a mod for Java, but it's also something that they've done official stuff for. So, dear God, I'm not feeling great, guys. So, I'm trying to think what our best course of action is here. We probably want to get a pump going down here, and we probably want to get a separate power grid. Okay, so let's take a look at refinement. Okay, so we need 480 watts of power for this. 240 for that. So that's already 2 coal generators. Then we need the pump. So I think we need 3 coal generators. And then the refinery stuff itself. So I'm actually going to delete these. And what we'll do is we'll build in these tiles here. And I want to get down into here, but let's do a little mopping of this upper stuff here. We're going to leave this be for now. We're just going to dump it down over here. Because we don't need a ton of the stuff. We can run a pipe down to here. Let's not break the abyssalite. We did a lot of work to make sure it didn't have problems. I'm going to bring that down over there. That will get us... We're going to basically use some of the existing water that we have over here in this tank and turn it into oil so we can get us some plastic. Johnny Tucson! Being sick sucks. Have you thought about starting your React career? Watching stuff you would and chilling with chat is good stuff. I've thought about that. One of the things I've thought about doing is music reaction videos. You know, like react to music videos type stuff. I don't know. I'm open to doing more content. How you doing, man? I know you're always lurking out there, but I miss you, bro. We should do some games. That would be cool. I'd have to get like song suggestions from everybody. Maybe I'll put a post up in Discord. Can you do that on Twitch? Like, if I'm reacting to a song, can I get DMCA'd or whatever it is because of hearing that song? God, I can't talk. Making bagels? Hell yeah. I love bagels. I saw a nutritionist almost a week ago, and I've been eating a lot healthier. So I've been trying to stay away from... I had a couple of bagels, right, like, left over, and so that was my, like, okay, I'm not going to let food go to waste, but after I finish these bagels, I'm not going to eat anymore, and so that's what I did. Music will get you messed up on the VODs. Yeah. So I wouldn't be able to post those as VODs. Oh my god. I know I've seen YouTube reaction videos. I'm always curious what the legality of that is. Like, is that something they just post so that they get subs, but they know it's demonetized type of thing? So we're going to put you in there. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Give me just a second to figure out how I want to lay this out. I'm thinking we put power up here and then put refinement here. In the moment, I think you're fine, but yeah, no VODs. It also really depends. You aren't big enough to get people to care, but even like XQC plays DMCA music and just doesn't post VODs. Yeah, I don't know if I would post VODs of the reaction stuff. But I would, I don't know. That'd be interesting. One thing I have to do is actually, like, wake up and overcome this stuffy nose that I got. Alright, so... Alright, let's not get too crazy. Let's say we have a polymer press, right? Because 2 is just insane, right? And then we need, as crazy as it sounds, we have to actually make the liquid reservoir out of steel as well. So we put a liquid reservoir there. And we got to put an oil refinery here. And the oil has to get pumped into the refinery. And then out of the refinery into here, and then into here. Let's snip that real quick, though. Because what we want to do is get down a layer of water in here. Not a lot of water, just a little bit. So boop that down there. Grab ourselves another tile, move that there. This should be all we need for refinement. Oil goes in, petroleum comes out, natural gas gets vented into here, which we're not going to worry about. That gets made into plastic. We need to power the pump, the oil reservoir, and these things. So the only power we really have on this planet is coal. Right? We could theoretically set up a petroleum generator once we jumpstart the system here, but we're not trying to get that crazy. We just want to get a little bit of plastic to get our first round of steam turbines. What we're probably going to do is we're probably going to dig out a decent amount of this oil biome, deal with the spore kids, and then ship back all of the diamond and fossil to the main planet, as well as whatever plastic we can make while we're here. And then we might send all of these dupes back home so that we could work on the core base over there. Because we got a Dreco egg, and now we're going to get plastic. And so I don't think we need to be here forever. What we'll probably do is shut down the coal gens when we leave. Yeah, like this, we'll make sure that we, like, shut down the things that need to get shut down. We'll rip out everything made of steel so that we can bring that back. And, oh no, don't make the polymer press out of copper ore. Or that. Gotta focus. Gotta focus. Steel. Refinery. Out of steel. Alright, let's let them do that. And then we need to get power going. So if we get coal gens... Do we have someone leveled as a mechatronics engineer over here? We do. Julie is leveled to be a mechatronics engineer. That's how we got this stuff built and how... We don't have a lot of coal. Okay, I don't think we have to worry too hard about it, though. So we'll get 3 coal gens there. We'll go in here, grab our heavy watt joint plate, and we'll stick that down. Let's stick one there, and then let's actually cancel this. No. Yeah, we'll cancel that. We're going to grab a joint plate, and we're going to put a joint plate here instead. And we'll put the other joint plate, just for the flooring, put that right there. Grab ourselves some heavy watt wire. Let's make it out of copper ore, because when you're making wire, your main concern, your only real concern is, will this melt? And if it won't melt, then you're fine. And then the question comes down to, do we want to throw in a transformer, or do we want to just run this stuff? Let's just run it. It's not a long run. Alright, we're going to let them build all of that before we put tiles under here, because I want this whole system built before they turn power on anyway. So we're going to continue to dig. We're going to let them build. Oh, we've got a abyssalite break here. How badly do I want to preserve the temperature? I don't know that I care, to be honest with you. We're currently using one of our passive loop ideas to cool this area. We could actually hook up a little more. We're just running a little bit of water through a loop that's like cycling. There's no power involved, and that water is dragging chill from here down to here. Blue, what's going on? How you doing? We're having a little bit of an under-the-weather stream with Nether. Under-the-weather Nether is streaming. Oh. You think there's any... anything to that whole gargling with salt water thing that our parents used to have us do? Alright, we're going to put down water. Let's put this at about a 6. We're going to enable auto bottling. Doing alright, sleep schedule is backwards, but I don't have uni this week, so it's fine. Everything is fine. Let's not worry about it. Everything is fine. Ah, the slow, steady grind. Now, I want to look over here, but I know we don't have to worry about anything over here other than maybe temperature where our pips are, and they're doing fine. Everything is fine over here. I mean, it looks like it's freezing fucking cold, but, like, we're talking about, like, some areas over here are, like, 25 degrees, and some areas are 0. Some areas are, like, 1, 6, negative 15, negative 12, negative that. The worst is probably over here, like, and we've got this place locked in to be cold anyway. It is also cold over here, but I think in general this place is going to start heating up a lot more, especially the more industry we use. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. I'm trying to think. Okay, so we've got a pipe coming in here. But where is that pipe going to come from? Probably our toilet water? So that goes down, it sees that. So I think what we need to do is switch that to there. Snip that real quick. Because this was to prime our toilets, and we don't need to do that right now. Okay. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay, so that's working. So in theory, we can bridge on there. That's perfect. In fact, let's do more than theory here, because we want to get this loop going a little nicer. All right, so let's do our shenanigans again. So we're going to fill up this loop, and then we're going to split off of this to send water down to the oil reservoir, which will get us liquid. We had a couple of people come in recently asking about mid-game and how to get past mid-game. This is it right here. You put down a couple of atmosuit docks, you put down a vacuumed lock situation so you don't bleed heat across. And then you get down here and you set up something very basic like this. Just whatever power you have access to, a refinery, liquid... there's oil there. You, sir, are in the way. And I don't know how to get rid of you. Is that fine? You know what? Let's see if that works. What do I care if there's steam in here, right? Let's cancel that there. And it's okay if we send clean water back up this way. It'll just flow through the water sieve and back into the system, so we don't have to worry about that. And the reason we're pumping water down here is we need to get this into that reservoir. Ooh, bagels. You know what? I don't always check the Discord on stream, but I want to see these bagels. Ooh. Oh, you mean you're making bagels, not you're putting a bagel in the toaster. You're making bagels. That's freaking cool. Hover cursor over oil biome. Fortunate son starts playing. Let's priority 6 the building over here. I need them to build this stuff sooner than the ladders over here. And then now that we've got that priority 6'd, we're going to go and put that in. How you doing, noob? What's going on? I am feeling a little poopy, guys. Just a little poopy. Oh. But I've been dying to play this game, so we're going to try and go for a bit here. No, 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 no. Not out of copper ore. Gosh darn it. I specifically brought over steel. We don't have enough steel to do that. Oof. Oof, that's not good. $63C. I mean, we could get away with it for a hot second. Oh, that's lunch prep for tomorrow. Vegetable enhanced chicken korma, coconut rice, naan bread. Oh, I love naan. They look good. And yeah, I made bagels. Cooling. Hopefully they taste as good as they look. Taco doesn't seem to want to wait. She wants to burn her mouth. We legitimately don't have enough steel over here. Are we making more steel over here? Do we have more so far? 270 kilos. I didn't want to stop them in the middle like that, but... How much lime do we have over here? What is that nonsense? How much fossil do we have over here? Oh, I see what's going on. They're going to operate the refinery, and they never get over here to actually smash up. Oh, we don't have fossil to lime. There we go. I'm like, why aren't we making steel? We've got fossil. What are you doing, Devo? Ranching? I'm confused. You were working over here. Oh, okay. Okay. The bat guy's coming to handle this. Your guy's job is to make steel. All good. I'm feeling a little under the weather, quite honestly. Not feeling great today. Thought I would be fine, but I'm kind of, you know that floaty back of the eyeball, top of the throat type thing where you're like, I'm not sick, but my energy is low and I'm, what achievement did we get? Enter an oil biome. Distribute 1,000 kilos of oxygen using gas vents. Good egg. Hatch a new critter morph from an egg. Wait. What critter morph did we hatch? Oh, probably stone hatches like a lifetime ago. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Okay, crude oil, Spore Kid, clear new. That's fantastic. Maybe we just put a couple of copper ore ones down just to, what's our temperature right here? 67. We could probably get away with a couple of copper ore coal generators just for a hot second. You know what, let's make them out of iron ore since the iron ore is local. Hope your day gets better. Mine is ending 10 p.m. here. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's not a bad day. I'm just, I was saying it a second ago. You know how, like, when we were kids, our moms would be like, oh, if you're starting to get a sore throat, you should gargle with salt water. That's the stage I'm at. The gargle with salt water stage. Copper ore. Did I say copper? I'm pretty sure I said iron. Oh, they're making this stuff out of... I should have made the wire out of iron as well. They're having to go all the way up here to get copper. Whoops. Yeah, like a little sinusy, stuffy, little, like, you know, under the chin, top of the throat, glandy thing. You know, a little like swallow and it feels a little tight type of thing. Nothing crazy, but... Alright, now we're making more steel over here. Ah, they're going home. It's a good start on the second colony, I gotta say. I'm pretty proud of this. Alright, Julie's bringing us over coal. What we need to do is just run these a little bit. And then when we get enough steel to send over there, we've got 470 kilos. That'll get us one generator with what we got going. We've got plenty of iron. We've got 8.3 tons of iron, so... Hydrate? I can do hydrate. Let's do hydrate. Cheers. Oh. And we've got fossil up here, right? Critter eggs. I don't know if we have fossil up here. We gotta send the fossil back. If you're not doing anything, send fossil back home. We need to crush that stuff up. Yeah, you know what? These things are just gonna poop out more oil. Let's let them be. I guess we should have a battery down here. We should probably have a battery. Have to make that out of steel as well, though. Everything's got to get made out of steel, guys. Everything's got to get made out of steel. The wire, the automation wire doesn't, though. We can build that out of lead. Lead is so good for things like automation wires and such. Let's get that stuff built ASAP. We've got a lot of chlorine on this planet. We've got natural gas, we got chlorine. Yeah, I'd say first trip over here, we're more or less just trying to get a bit of plastic going. We'll have to get a bunch of infrastructure done, but I'd kind of like to shift focus back to the main planet. Like, get the bits and pieces we need. Although, making more plastic would probably be a good thing. We could just pump the crude home and make it over there. Let's get going a little faster. A little bit of stress. Julie's got some stress. I understand. You're like very highly leveled for what we're doing here. Oh. I copied and pasted, so it's just copper ore again. Switch from flatulent dupes to small bladders for more polluted water. Isn't it funny how that works? No gas output. I always forget you got to do a gas output with these guys, which means we've got to do a wet vent. How much, Yeah, let's do a quick wet vent. This out of iron. Let's put you here and here. Every time. I never remember that these things have a gas output. Just can't get a good start on mine. Keep restarting. Yeah, it's not an easy game to, like, when you first start out, it's like, oh, okay, I get what to do. I harvest the algae, I put it into the oxygen machine. You know, that's good. It's just, there's kind of this, like, you see it all over the place, like, how do we get past the mid-game hump? Literally, I logged on to YouTube this morning, and there was a video that was basically titled that, like, getting past the mid-game hump, or how to do the mid-game hump, or whatever it was. And it's not an easy one, especially with cooling. Like, cooling is usually pretty difficult to get your head wrapped around until you've seen it or done it a few times yourself. That's why I'm trying so hard to get to plastic right now, is that's going to actually give us proper cooling. And there's Nightbot, putting up the links on screen if you guys want to come check out the Discord, or if you want to check out all the VODs of this stuff that I do online. Insufficient resources, coal. Why? Why no pending deliveries? I'm a little confused here. Not gonna lie, little confused. Let's do water. Why are we not bringing coal to the coal generator? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? The automation wire is given a green signal. I'm a little flabbergasted here. Are we bringing coal? You're going to build. Why are we not getting coal to the coal generators? Any reason. Any reason at all. Why? I added a mod that has a wrangle and move, which I think is going to be a great quality of life mood. You can move them. All you have to do is click on them and click move too. That's now you're moving that thing as long as you have a rancher. Unless you're talking about a mod that makes it so you don't need a rancher. He is going to poop liquid, isn't he? I don't understand why they're not bringing coal. I don't understand. No pending delivery. Why? Why? They're on. There's no power on the grid. I don't understand. Please, game? Please? Yeah, but when you wrangle, they leave them tussled and eventually someone else, or they move it. This mod makes it so they move it immediately after they wrangle. Oh, you can fix that. Just double tick up on all of just double tick up everybody's ranching. If you put everybody at the highest priority on ranching, someone will come and get them pretty much immediately. Like, they'll wrangle, and then somebody immediately goes to pick them up, whether it's them or somebody else. I mean, that's a good mod. It should work that way in vanilla, but there are workarounds. I have zero clue. Why? Why? I don't understand. There's 2 tons of coal right here. I mean, it's not a ass load of coal, but should be plenty of coal to get the whole thing going. I don't understand at all. I mean, I guess let's dig some more coal out, but like, that shouldn't be a problem. What the mod says is that when you do the wrangle and move, there is a short period where they can't move it, so it's queued later and not right after. What this mod does is when that happens, they do a war cry before immediately moving it afterwards. Oh, interesting. I don't know why this doesn't work. Like, I've done this a million times, and I don't think I'm doing anything different here. It says insufficient resources, but that's not true. We've got 4 tons of the stuff, and we're mining out more as we speak. How did you even get there? You jumped across there, didn't you? Yeah, that's my bad. Enabled. Insufficient resources. I don't fucking understand. Okay, now you're bringing it to the coal generator. Weird. Coal generators always blow my mind like that, because they're early game stuff, and they've got this thing which, like, they request if the battery is 50%. Other generators, there you go. Okay, I guess some of that is getting taken care of, and we've got this queued up to deal with. Okay, so we're gonna grab more coal for keeping this thing going. I guess let's dig some out here. So let's take a line through here. Because what we could do is we get this going. Finally got the True Tile mod. Love the... Yeah, True Tiles is awesome. Like... When I first started playing with it, I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. And now I can't imagine doing a run without True Tiles. Like, you guys know me. I'm not a heavy mods person, but I do like True Tiles a lot. Just to get that extra look. Like, you can tell from a glance that's igneous. And then, you know, this is sandstone, and that's sandstone. Like, you can tell at a glance what things are, which is nice. There's, like, different textures for every material. Which feels pretty good. $60 kilos of plastic. Okay, yeah, so... We're having a problem. Let's just deconstruct this, and let's fix the problem a very creative way. Or not very creative, but we got to do some creative nonsense here, because we can't have water. Yeah, there's a little layer of water up here, and we can't have that accidentally get into the pipes, so we got to do that. I mean, as long as this thing isn't overpressured, it doesn't matter to me. Should have made those out of iron. I keep accidentally selecting copper. This is going to get awkward fast. Alright, hang on. Let's stop pumping oil for just a second. These slicksters are making life difficult. This is a mess over here. This is an absolute mess. We've got 1 ton of plastic. Need 200 kilos for a steam turbine, so... This is how you can easily get liquids off of the top of each other, is you can mop on top of mesh tiles. How many hatches would you need to run a coal gen indefinitely? I've tried that. Enough that it eats your entire map of resources. You can't live on coal forever. Unless, like... So, if you have a volcano, and you're turning that into igneous rock, I think you can support something like... I want to say something like, 4 or 5 hatches off a volcano turning stuff into igneous rock, and 4 or 5 hatches doesn't produce enough coal to do much of anything. Coal is just meant to be a stopgap solution to power. You really got to get on to other stuff like natural gas, which even natural gas is not a great power provider. If you've got a good natural... If you've got like 2 or 3 natural gas geysers, maybe you could get some stuff going. But really getting onto oil or geothermal power is a really big thing. Alright, we're going to put plastic in here as well. So they'll put the plastic, that'll get that sent over here. Now I think the weird thing about this is it's just dropping everything right here. How much do I care about that? Not much. Alright, so we got pips, we got Draco egg, we got another Mammoth egg over there. Natural gas is providing us with enough power to keep things going. We're slowly refining things down. We've got another 970 kilos of steel, which is only 1 coal generator for the other planet. We can't keep those going forever. But yeah, hatches making coal is not a realistic way to sustain power. I had coal generators going for so long on one of my first playthroughs, and it just did not. Okay, so we can actually delete, not everything, just... This should be a setting that's default. It should be buildings, not everything. Slicksters, you're so useful, but so much a pain in my ass at the same time. I mean, we've got a nice warm section here. We've just got so much cold on this map. I did not expect to be dealing with this much cold, but I guess when you mix in the Frosty Planet DLCs, it can get a little on the chilly side, so to speak. Slicksters, they're causing a little bit of a problem here. But they're adorable. There's a little bit of water here. Oh, they're hanging out near the vent because the vent is pushing out carbon dioxide. So they're eating the carbon dioxide that this thing is putting out. can see the water getting shifted around. There, now we got that sorted. Slicksters. I love them, but they're driving me nuts, and we don't have someone leveled into... Who's suffocating? How did this open up all the way to the... That's fine. Well, we're gonna have to plug that up one way or the other. Yay! We've breached into space, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god. Never mind. Sand. Gotta keep an eye on sand, but almost lost a dupe in the process. Yep. I didn't even see the message that they were suffocating. It's because the sand here dropped and they couldn't get over it. Hey! How are you? Welcome home. That's awesome. How'd it go? I'm not feeling well, by the way. I sang Oasis today and was cackling the whole time thinking about you, disappointed face. Oh, I'm feeling a little congested and a little swollen. So... I was saying earlier, I feel like that moment where your parents tell you to go gargle with salt water. I don't feel like deathly ill, but I am definitely uncomfortable. All right, do we have plastic back here? $390 kilos. Go gar. I used Listerine a bunch, but yeah, might have to go gargle with salt water. All right, so the problem right now is we're sucking up the. I don't want to get water into this system here, so. 833.3 grams per second. I think I might just let this process. God, look at the weird bubbles. Yeah, I think we let this process and then kind of like pull the system apart and it's an egg? What's an egg? Oh, yeah, it looks like an egg, absolutely. It's crude oil and water layered on top of each other, so... Alright, do we want to get some more digging done? Let's get some more digging done. I'm thinking... Just take a line down like this. And then we take a dig over like that to get at that spore kid. See that? That's zombie spores. We do not want that in our lives. No, it's not. It's an egg. Alright, it's an egg. Alright, I'm going to drop these down to a 7 now that they're actually working. All right, back on the home planet. Everything seems to be working just fine. We're not even going through our water over here. I think this ice is, like, we've got 13.6 tons of ice over here, which is gradually going to melt. I don't even know if we've got 13 tiles for it to occupy. We do, okay, so it won't overflow this tank, but we've been putting our ice up there. Then we've got random bits and pieces of water and ice and snow forming all over the map. You know what? Let's give some sweep commands over here. If you guys have nothing better to do... Oh. Can't get access to that. Oh, right. We were getting rid of this stuff over here. We'll just issue a whole bunch of sweep commands because nobody seems to have anything to do over here because we're not sorting things out. Oh, we've got mushrooms coming in. Excellent. Right? Sure. Okay, that'll give them something to do while we work on plastic over here. In Ani, we have egg. Yes. Rimworld Cube, Ani egg. Now, how much plastic does a steam turbine take? It takes 200 kilos of plastic. Got 540 over here. Yeah, we'll just refine down what we got left of this plastic, and then we'll be done over here. We'll dig this stuff out without triggering the spore kids, you know? I guess there's not real... We might as well just break this thing open. Yep, they're hanging out near the vent to get the CO2 that's coming out. We just released a whole bunch of natural gas. We could filter all this and use it as power later. Problem is, it's gonna heat this area up enough that might cause damage. That was something I didn't think about. Ah, the spore kids. We could actually probably take them out reasonably easily. I'll worry about that in a little bit here, though. Ice meteors. So that's the funny thing is, like, we're going to end up harvesting ice and snow meteors. Just because we need water. There's a bunch of processes we can do. Like, we could harvest the ice and snow meteors. We could turn nectar into sucrose and get steam. We can... There's just so many water-positive processes in this game. So I don't think we're going to have a problem getting water. It's just going to be a matter of, like, doing all the math and getting all the processes going. As I said, I kind of want to just... I want to grab a few bits and bobs from this planet and then kind of jump ship and go back to the main planet. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to be here. Food is decayed. That's fine. Like, we don't need to be here forever status at the moment. We would like to get access to this cool steam vent, but even that's a bit of a project, considering how much water we have back here. Like, we've got plenty of water for a good long while, and we've got some options, so... God, we have more food than I even know what to do with over here. Good problems to have, right? So I think what we do is we can dig this tile out, and that lets us dig that tile out, right? Then we can fill this in. Then we can eventually dig out this tile, which will allow us to dig that tile, you know, fill things in. And same thing. So we're just going to have to come at this this little bit from the bottom here. So I think that's just what we're going to do. New printables available. Let's check that out. Ethanol. Excellent. Let's grab some ethanol. 100 kilos of ethanol should help us with some cold liquid locks. We keep getting that power use thing, and I'm pretty sure that's when they go to use the metal refinery. Alright, I think we're going to let people in. We're going to clear everything from there. We're going to put steel in here. 2 tons ought to do it. So we'll let them bring over... It'll take them a little while to finish making it. I don't know if we need to bring that over. Julie, how you doing? I'm actually feeling a little under the weather, but we're trying to muddle through here. So we'll do a shout out for Julie Pixels. Guys, go check out Julie. How are you doing, Julie? Is it Terraria Tuesday for you? Yeah, I might end stream early. My energy is in the pooper at the moment. Yeah, no, it's just that like, you know, right here in the sinuses a little bit. Like, it's nothing like, it's not like sick. It's more like on the verge of getting sick type of thing. If that makes any sense. Like, it's not sick like my stomach is caving in and I need to go to surgery sick. It's sick like maybe there was some moldy air or something. You're beat? Yeah, I hear you. Plus I have to up at like 7 a.m. tomorrow. Oof. It's not super late for you right now though, is it? How much of the diamond do we want to move over there? I think we want to move most of the diamond over there as well. So diamond, plastic, and fossil are all getting moved. Tons of fossil. An interview yesterday and one today. Those take... Oh, yeah, I bet. It's been a long time since I went for a job interview. Most of my jobs and stuff have all been through friends and stuff for a very long time. It's very much like post on Facebook or Discord or something like that, and somebody's like, "Oh yeah, I could get you work," or call around to people. I wonder if the number of Spore Kids got upped now that you have the Biobot builder. Gotten a few contracts that way, yeah. I'm always like a word of mouth, hook up friends type of person. But a salary gig takes so much in tech now. Yeah. I bet. Now, I would move the Slickster larva eggs back to the home planet, but there is literally no chance we're going to be able to keep them alive at the temps over there. We're better off just leaving them over here. Used to be a tech workers were in such demand I could land a job in weeks. Yeah. Everybody does tech now. Alright, I want to get these zombie spore dealies sorted out. Okay, so that should be... It's the AI craze and companies doing more with less. Yep. Makes sense. Election, inflation, so many factors really. Yeah. It is very rare that anything is one thing nowadays. Also, we should probably be sending lead back home as well. How much lead do we have over here? 60 tons of lead. I wouldn't mind to get some of that back home as well. Looks to be getting better the past month or so. That's good. I'm just here nonsensing about on the internet. Hey Emily, how you doing? We're trying to fight being sick while we pull apart an oil biome. How are you doing today? You'll need a ladder like there-ish. Four oil wells. That'll be good. That'll be real good. Yeah, we're kind of doing like a mining expedition. We're strip mining out the useful materials and sending them back home. And then we'll probably abandon ship for a little while over here. And just go focus on the main planet again. Oh my god. Man, those lumen quartz do great stuff for the decor, don't they? Squeeze the germs out. Always makes me nervous to do this. I'm always like, am I gonna fuck this up and just release zombie spores everywhere? But so far, I've managed to not screw it up, so we'll try to stay on top of that. Now back home... Back home we seem to be doing okay. Like I said, we queued up a bunch of low priority sweeps, so if they have nothing else to do, they'll do that. Meanwhile, anybody who's not doing their main job is making steel. Same here, always super paranoid with the spores. Yeah. Like, I know I'm doing it the right way, but every time I queue up to dig a block, I'm like, is this going to be the block I fuck up? Like, is there going to be sand or something and I don't realize it? Or whatever the thing might be. Oh, is that all the plastic we have? Okay, so we've got 330 kilos here. How much did we send home already? 780, so we're talking about a ton of plastic, which is enough to make 5 steam turbines. I think we hook up a little bit more and just keep an eye on this so we don't accidentally get water in the pipes. But in reality, it's not the end of the colony. They get sick and they get better. Just the cleanup is a hassle. Yeah. It's like everything else. Once you've dealt with it, you know. I am tempted to leave some of these systems in place. We're going to have to destroy these generators because they're made out of iron ore, just to stopgap us along here. But other than that, we might end up leaving a lot of this stuff just in place for when we come back. But I don't plan on staying here. I plan on sending our dupes back home and working on a ton of stuff back there. We're just kind of like strip mining out valuable resources. Unfortunately, I think this does mean we're going to end up killing that slickster. But I do like that they made a reason to use the zombie spores. Like, I might actually get us into the biobot builder. Although, they also seem to be quite the pain in the ass. Like, they do work for you, and it's free work forever, but you can't, like, keep them out of doorways. Like, you have to lock a doorway to keep them from fucking it up, and it's like, huh. Actually, just come in from the top. Which is kind of, well, you know, it seems kind of like a hassle of, like, you should be able to prioritize with them, you know? And the germs are gone. The problem with biobots is when you are at the point where you can tackle the machine, your dupes are so strong and fast that even 100 bots can't do the work of a dupe. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. And you need a mechatronics engineer to make them. Like, if they lasted forever, you could do something like run a whole planet on biobots, just like, oh, there's only minor maintenance stuff that needs to be done around here. Let me drop the biobots there. But since they run out of energy and then you have to remake them, it's like, Slickster's overpressured the thing over here. Actually, we could probably make high-powered vents now. Except I sent all the plastic off planet already. Alright, let's get the plastic off this list so that we can make a high-pressure vent so we can do the things we need to do over here. I wouldn't mind pumping some petroleum back over home as well. We've got over a ton of plastic. I'd like to have enough for 6 generators, because in my mind, 5 of them is a full pipe output and can be cooled by a single aqua tuner with polluted water. But if we have 6, then we could use that as like the cooling chamber for those 5, while those 5 eat the heat from other things, type of thing. I don't even know. I don't even know. See, this thing doesn't even need dupe attention. Theoretically, we could set up some automation over here, but they're not even bringing power back to this, so I'm not even sure what we're going to... There we go. You're getting coal now. Like, the refinery requires dupe operation, but the polymer press does not. In theory, we could set up automation for this to just run until it uses up the whole tank and then send the plastic back automatically. in theory. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop stream early today, guys. Not right this second, because I know everybody has their streaks, but I'm gonna put up an announcement real quick. That's why I don't even bother with oil when it's not on my home planet. I really hate that the oil wells still need dupe operation. So even if you automate the whole oil industry and shipping, you can't leave the planet alone. Yep. I mean, it's on our secondary planet, so my ideal situation for this planet is to rip the whole thing apart, tame everything, and then have one dupe that lives here to operate stuff, and they just chill. And we would even send them food from back home. I did just put an announcement up on the Discord. I'm gonna end early. I just figured I'm gonna stay live for a couple of minutes here, just in case anybody. I don't want anybody to miss their streak. You know what I mean? It's funny. I don't think I've ever seen 4 oil wells. I've seen 5 a million times. I don't know if I've ever seen 4. Hello, Nether and chat. How are you guys doing today? I'm doing okay, Avatar, but I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I actually am going to be calling stream here in a second early because I'm sniffly and I've got like congestion and I'm like a little swollen in the old glands and everything. So. I thought I could do it. I didn't want to not stream, but I'm feeling like my butt's getting kicked and that I should spend most of the day sleeping. So, I would say good, but meh. I would say I'm doing meh. Like I could probably keep playing the game, but I don't think I'd be good at I would just space out. So. These will work for a little longer. Low morale. Yeah, we need to get Julie home. It's fine. You can't have good days without a bad day in between every now and then. Yeah, yeah. You guys are always so understanding, so I appreciate it. So we've got 1.1 tons of plastic. We've got 1 ton of lead on this planet. Yeah, basically, I just want to process a little bit more lead and plastic. I don't know if the biobots can manage the oil well, but eventually the biobots break down and you need a mechatronics engineer to build them again. So it would just be swapping the labor to something else. Like instead of the dupes operating the wells, the dupe would have to make the biobot. Yeah. All right. What are we doing? Yes, of course, Blue. Let me message Killer directly because I know Killer's very proud of his watch streak. So. I got her earlier anyway, but I still wanted to provide the happy chemicals that the thing you did in fact work. I was literally just thinking of pestering Killer too. Yeah, let's hang out for a couple of minutes and do a few more things because Killer's got like a really long watch streak, and I know he likes keeping it going. So, all right, this is about to start pumping water, so let's just snip the line. Okay. We could tame the steam vent before we... I mean, not today, but Killer is streaming right now. Shall we bother him in chat? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's... I did message him directly. You guys' call. Because I always talk about how it's kind of rude to go into other people's chats and talk about your streams, but I know he likes to keep his streak going, so I don't have the brain capacity to know if that's a good idea. Dig up some more of this coal while we're just chilling for a second. I'm sure you guys can tell I am absolutely worthless right now. Yeah, Killer Jam 25. Did he come in here today? Let me scroll up to the top here. No, I don't see him in here up at the top. You're afraid of doing it. Yeah, I don't want to interrupt his stream if he's streaming. I don't know what the lesser of the two evils is, right? Like if he misses his streak and he's upset about it, I'm going to feel bad for not saying something, but already done. So, oh, awesome. Awesome. We could dig our way over here in theory. Oh, okay, awesome, awesome. I thought he might have been, but for some reason in my head I was like, maybe not. Okay then, guys. If that's the case, I am gonna call it here then. I feel really bad. I was absolutely in love with wanting to play this game. But I am literally gonna go gargle with salt water and go to bed. Yeah, the meat suit says I gotta go lay down. So I love you guys. Sorry for everything. Actually, let's raid over to Killer. That way we can all hang out with him. I don't know. I'm gonna go lay down soon, but we'll raid over to Killer. Thank you guys for hanging. Sorry I don't feel so good. We'll be back at it hopefully tomorrow. I'll post later if not. Bye.
Thanks for the raid. Party of 10, wow. How's everybody doing? I'm kind of getting stuck on trying to butcher, because I'm pretty much completely out of fucking food. Again, hello Raiders, I'm a variety gamer. Since I kind of know what I'm doing now, because I'm watching someone who is actually playing a little bit of Dwarf Fortress at the moment.